It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. Welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway in Foxborough. This is taken just shy of the 10. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup on 16.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
On 1st down, Williams got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Williams flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Ooh, what a juke. And he's got room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On play action, they'll throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him, and his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Williams. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him for the loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
We're going to be big time now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And this will wind up as Saints first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Williams. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to the ground. It's Kamara.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Williams.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
The kick by Lutz is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
New England's offense set to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them. That may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Well, this is caught by Williams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw here. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
before the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Holding, offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Now Williams looking to throw on second down. Finding Taysom Hill complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Williams. It's Hill. Complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off play action. Williams. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. Frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Williams. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
It's one play at a time, baby. Let's go, baby. Hold it. Give us some. Let's be smart. Let's go. Can't stop now.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. He'll drop to throw. The tight end, Kelsey. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
Come on, let's go. Let's go right now.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams now to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
2nd and 6. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw again. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Kamara up the middle.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was, you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.